My fiance gave me a prenup to sign just in case. I read the fine print. There was a clause that said, in case of infidelity, the cheater pays $1,000. My rich fiance handed me a prenup a week before our wedding. 200 pages of legal protection for his $10 million fortune. He highlighted clause 14 with a smirk. Infidelity penalty. $1,000 per proven instance of cheating. He thought he was being generous. $1,000 was pocket change to him. He could cheat 100 times and barely notice the dent. I smiled sweetly and said I needed my lawyer to review it. He rolled his eyes but agreed. My lawyer was my college roommate. She specialized in family law. She read the entire prenup and found exactly what I expected. Loopholes. We added clause 15, buried deep in the asset protection section. Legal language designed to look like standard boilerplate. In the event that cumulative penalties under clause 14 exceed $49,999, the asset protection provisions of this agreement shall be deemed void due to material breach of good faith by the offending party. He didn't read it. His lawyer skimmed it and missed it. They were too confident, too arrogant, too certain I was just a naive girl grateful to marry money. I signed the prenup. We got married, and he started cheating immediately. I wasn't surprised. I had done my research before accepting his proposal. 3 ex-girlfriends warned me. 2 former employees confirmed the pattern. He was a serial cheater who believed money made him untouchable. I played the dumb wife perfectly. I pretended not to notice the late nights, the mysterious phone calls, the lipstick stains he didn't bother hiding. But I wasn't ignoring anything. I was documenting. I installed hidden cameras in our guest house where he took his affairs. I tracked his car with GPS. I saved every receipt from hotels and restaurants. I hired a private investigator for the instances I couldn't capture myself. I built a spreadsheet, dates, names, locations, evidence, every entry verified with photographs, videos, or financial records. I didn't confront him. I didn't cry. I let him rack up the numbers. Over 3 years, I documented exactly 50 separate instances of infidelity, 50 nights with other women, 50 betrayals captured on camera or confirmed by investigation, 50 entries in my spreadsheet. When I finally filed for divorce, his lawyer was almost amused. My client acknowledges the infidelity, he said in court. 50 instances at $1,000 per clause 14. Here is a certified check for $50,000. He slid the check across the table. Per the prenup, my client retains all protected assets. This matter should be closed. My lawyer stood up. Actually, counsel should review clause 15 of the agreement. She handed copies to the judge and opposing counsel. Clause 15 states that if cumulative penalties under clause 14 exceed $49,999, the asset protection section is voided due to material breach of good faith. The room went silent. His lawyer grabbed the prenup. He flipped to clause 15. His face went pale. This wasn't in the original draft. It was added during the review period. Your client signed the final version. The signature is on page 200. The judge examined the document. The clause appears valid. Both parties signed. The language is clear. My husband finally spoke. This is entrapment. She set me up. The judge looked at him. Sir, you cheated on your wife 50 documented times. Nobody forced you to do that. But she didn't stop me. She wasn't required to. You were required to remain faithful. You failed 50 times. His lawyer tried to argue fraud. The judge dismissed it. The clause was in the document your client signed. He had legal representation. He chose not to read it carefully. That's not fraud. That's negligence. The prenup was voided. All asset protections dissolved. We proceeded under standard divorce law. 50-50 split of marital assets. I didn't get $50,000. I got $5 million. Half of everything he thought he had protected. His lawyer requested a recess to discuss settlement. They came back offering $3 million to avoid the publicity of a full trial. I declined. I want the full trial. I want every instance of infidelity read into the public record. He settled for $5.2 million that afternoon. I walked out of that courthouse with more money than I had ever imagined. And he walked out knowing he had